Would you be surprised to know that all anger stems from the same thing? It does. And while it may seem easy, it can get a little bit complicated. We're going to break it down today. Hey, it's Melissa. If you're into personal development and mindfulness in a practical, down-to-earth, not too woo-woo type of way, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when new videos come out. So, anger. Let's talk about anger. Anger happens to all of us. Some people live in a constant feeling of anger. Some people rarely get angry. But for the most of us, anger does show up in our daily lives, even momentarily. So what is anger? Well, on the face of it, we know what anger is. It's when we're mad. It's when we feel someone wronged us. It's when we have a physical and emotional response to some sort of stimulus, real or imagined. But let's go further than that. Anger is just a defense mechanism. And what's it trying to defend us from? Fear and hurt. Fear of getting hurt. Fear and hurt, pretty much the same thing. I know what you're saying. Wait, what? When I'm angry at my partner, I'm not scared. I'm mad. They're being a jerk. When I'm angry at that person who cut me off on the highway, I'm not hurt. I'm not scared. They're entitled. When I'm mad at my boss for not giving me the raise I know I deserve, no fear there. What do all three of these scenarios have in common? Besides anger? Fear. It may not be readily apparent, but in any angry situation, if you sit with it and break it down, you'll always eventually be able to get to fear. Example number one, my partner's being an a-hole. I'm angry. I'm not fearful. Well, not so fast. Let's step away from the anger and let's look at maybe some of the things you might be fearful of. Are you fearful that they're going to leave you? Are you fearful that they don't respect you? And if so, if they don't respect you, what does that mean? Does it mean you are not worthy of respect? And if you believe that, then what fear does that bring up? Let's take the guy on the highway who cut you off. He's just an entitled. Okay, let's step away from the anger and maybe look into fear. Now, there's the obvious fear when someone cuts you off, which is the fight or flight adrenaline rush where you almost hit the guy. But 9 times out of 10, when it comes to road rage, it's not really a response to our physical safety being threatened. It's actually an egoic response to our ego being threatened. You're waiting in a line of traffic, everyone's waiting in line, and then the guy, you know the guy who drives up on the shoulder and cuts everyone off because he's entitled and he thinks he's better than you. Well, you don't know that, but you think that's what he thinks. So you're angry. But if you peel away the layers of the onion, behind that anger, there's fear. He thinks he's better than me. Am I not good enough? If I let people do that, I'm just going to be a doormat. If I'm a doormat in this situation, where does it end? Next thing I know, my partner's going to be walking all over me. My boss is not going to give me the compounding. And example number 3, I mentioned the boss. Boss isn't treating you well, isn't giving you your promotion, isn't giving you your raise. I'm not scared or hurt. I'm angry. Well, look a little closer. On the one hand, you could be scared about physical things. If I don't get this raise, I won't have enough money to feed my kids, to pay my rent, to, on the other hand, there is, again, always sort of comes back to the ego. If your boss doesn't see the worth in you, then you start to feel, well, maybe I'm not worthy. Maybe no one will see my worth. Maybe I have no value. Maybe they clearly see my unworthiness. Basically, anger covers up fear. It's way easier to feel angry than to be scared. And if you look at our country and the political divide today, I think we're a country and a world of really scared people, but we don't want to feel scared, so it's easier to fight and lash out and project. It's all ego-driven, all anger. And here's the thing about the ego, which I talk more about in my book, Mindfulness for people who suck at being mindful. The ego is just trying to protect itself, and it lies. And also, the ego does not know the difference between its death and the death of your physical body. So it will kick and scream and fight or flight and cause a ruckus trying to save itself. And you mistakenly think it's trying to save you. So knowing all this, what do we do when we get angry? Well, that's a topic for another video. Stay tuned. Thoughts on anger? Let me know below. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, I'll talk to you soon. Subscribe to the blog, maximizelife.com. On YouTube, maximizelife. On Instagram, a.maximized.life. And on Twitter, @DJ Melissa Maxx.